All right, it's the man himself, 50K, Dan Ige. Always good to talk to you, brother. We're both here in Las Vegas, but of course we're all doing our social distancing and all that good stuff. Where are you right now, man? It looks like you're in some kind of dungeon facility.
I am in the dungeon. Right now, I just got done with the training session with my coach, Eric Nixick. We worked some technique with him and Randy Couture. I have a small group of guys. We've just been getting after it, man. Obviously, we have to take the precautionary measures due to the circumstances, but, we're kind of just going bubble to bubble right now. We have a safe group of guys that we trust, and so we're still able to put in that work and get after it.
That's awesome, man. Well, you caught my attention earlier this week, man. You went to social media and you say everybody wants to be a BMF until they have to do what BMFers do. I'm assuming that means taking a fight with Edson Barboza on short notice and getting ready during a pandemic. Is that what was going through your head when you posted that?
Definitely. Not only that, because you see a lot of people tweeting like, oh, I want to fight. I'll fight anybody, anywhere, anytime, anyway. But man, when they actually send that contract, are you going to sign that thing? And yeah, so I got the offer to fight Edson Barboza. Officially signed the contract today. I'm pretty pumped about it. He's coming down to 145 to my division, but I'm ready. I feel good. I train all the time. I pretty much never got out of camp ever since my fight. I maybe took two weeks off, went home, relaxed to Hawaii, but straight into camp, helping Khabib get ready for his fight April 18th, which fell out, obviously. And then the whole quarantine process happened. But, I stayed ready. I stayed healthy, stayed in shape. I was working out. Didn't really have the idea of fighting. But when the opportunity came along, I was super pumped, and I jumped on it right away.
So, obviously all fighters are dealing with this. I mean, around the world, everybody's kind of in similar circumstances. But I guess we've been trying to figure out what's the hardest part, right? Because you can work out, you can stay in shape, but can you stay in fight shape? And as far as preparation goes, I mean, is it just the cardio that's the issue? Or, we're wondering, can you really get enough grappling to feel good? Or, is striking, are you just hitting mitts? I mean, what do you think the biggest challenge is given the circumstances that everybody's facing in terms of fight preparation?
It's definitely tricky, because it's hard to find a group of people you can trust, because you don't know, where, I can control my circumstances and what I'm doing and the people I'm around, but it's hard to control every single person. And, but no, there's no concern about getting in shape, with this crisis going on, obviously. But I think for a lot of people, it's going to be mentally, am I doing the right thing? Because I'm not grinding with the team every single day, am I going to be in shape? But for me, I feel almost better because everything's around me. Everything's focused around me and my camp. This is my training camp. And that's what a lot of boxers do. They isolate themselves and they have a few, 4 or 5 sparring partners that they can get their work in. So I'm getting my work in every single day. I'm pushing myself to the limit. I feel great. I'm stronger than ever. I'm lean, and I'm ready to go out there and put on a dominant performance.
Nice, man. You've got the nice run going. I know you wanted, a top-ranked guy. It's not technically a top-ranked guy because he's moving to your division, right? But, I mean, obviously he's been around forever, man. He's got the reputation. So, I don't know. It's kind of a wild card matchup, right? You know what I mean? So when they came to you with this name, I'm sure it wasn't one that you were expecting. What were your initial thoughts?
Well, I in a way, I did expect it because I analyze every potential opponent, ranked or not ranked. And I knew Edson was dropping to 145, so he was on my radar as far as a potential opponent. But I didn't know it would be now, so I was super excited. Obviously, he's not a ranked guy, but that's the thing with the ranking. So many guys, especially to hit that top 10, they don't want to fight 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. They don't want to fight the guys under them. They only want to fight the guys above, and it goes for everybody. So for me, it's like, yeah, I'm taking a risk to give up my ranking, but I'm fighting a legend. In order to be a legend, you have to beat the legends. And this is the type of guy I have to beat in order to be a champion.
Yeah, no question about it. Any concerns? I mean, obviously Edson's a professional, been around for a long time, but a guy dropping weight classes in the middle of this pandemic where we know training is tough and preparation is tough. Did that present any concern to you at all? Like, man, what if this guy, shows up and he's 148,
Yeah. We definitely talked about it, my coach and I. And yeah, that's a concern, but I can't be focused on what he's doing. I still have to cut weight. I have to make 145 in a pandemic. So that's a factor too. So I'm definitely dialed in on my nutrition, dialed in on my training, doing everything possible that I can control. I don't know what he's doing. He may come in overweight. I'm gonna get that percentage, but yeah,
Thinking like a manager there.
yeah, for sure. So yeah, I can't worry about what he's doing or how he's preparing.
No question. Talk about the fight environment. I mean, obviously, look, it's probably going to be like this way for a while where there's no crowd around. This probably isn't going to be just a one-time thing. So does that factor in at all? I mean, have you talked about that with your team, your coaches? I mean, I've never been in a cage fight in front of thousands of people. I hear a lot of guys say, listen, man, once the door's locked, all I hear is my coaches anyway. But do you anticipate it providing, any impact on what your adrenaline level is like or what your anticipation level is like not having the crowd around?
So yeah, definitely. There's a lot of different ways you can look at it. It is different. I fought in front of minimal fans, of course, on the Contender Series. It was a little different. Had a few of my family members and training partners there, obviously rooting, supporting. But it'll be different for sure. You're gonna hear everything. Just from actually watching the fight they had in Brazil, you can hear the guys breathing, and that's weird. So no, I'm prepared. I'm definitely. It'll be nice. I'll be able to hear everything. I'll be able to hear my coaches. I'll be able to hear my opponents breathing. That's big, and I'll feed off that. If he takes a deep breath, I know he's getting tired, and I'm gonna push him. But same for him. He's gonna, if he wants to land one of his big kicks, the judges are gonna hear that. But yeah, man, it doesn't matter if I'm fighting in front of one person or a million people. Everyone will be tuning in on TV, and I have to find that inner motivation to come out and bring it how I always do.
I dig it, man. Well, as you said, I mean, I know you're an analytical guy that studies everything, thinks, plans, all that. I mean, obviously everything was disrupted, but it looks like we're going to be back to business, and it looks like there's going to be a lot of cards, right? Because the UFC is saying we're going to get 42 events in. We're going to fill it up. So I'm assuming there's going to be a lot of fights coming up. What's your plan, Dan? I mean, do you see yourself trying to capitalize with like multiple appearances? I mean, you've got this nice run together. I know you're trying to make a big impact. So now that you're kind of recalibrated and redialed in, what's the plan for this year?
Yeah. So the plan is, it remains the same. Before all of this happened, 2020, my goal was to fight 3 to 4 times this year, and I will fight 3 to 4 times this year. But obviously, I have a very tough test in front of me. No, we don't know what's going to happen. We can only prepare and assume what's going to happen, but you have to prepare for the best. You have to prepare for the worst. So right now my main and major focus is this fight May 16th against Edson. But I do see myself staying active this year and eventually making my run towards the top, towards that title. So I have to beat Edson first to even talk about any future fights, and that's the main focus and the main goal.
No doubt. Well, listen, I mean, with your two styles, I don't see any reason that this fight will disappoint, man. It seems like it's going to be exciting. So let me ask you, where does the 50K come from, man? Is this a 50K performance of the night, or is this a 50K fight of the night?
I want the performance, definitely. People, even my last fight, everyone was telling me, oh, fight of the night, fight of the night, fight of the night. And I was like, man, you guys are disrespectful. You're giving this guy a chance. I'm going to go out there and make it a performance. And that's what I want. Fight of the night is nice. Give the fans a fun fight to watch. But, this is a greedy sport, and I want the bonus. I don't want to share the bonus. I want the bonus. So, I'll be looking for a performance of the night. And don't get me wrong, Edson's extremely talented, extremely a world-class opponent. I'm sure he's going to be looking for the same thing, looking for a nice knockout. But, it's going to be whoever gets it first will get that performance for sure.
No doubt, no doubt. All right, Dan, well, I won't hold you any longer. Let you get back to it, man. I know you got a lot of preparation to squeeze into a little bit of time, so I'll just say best of luck. And I imagine you're excited the same way we are to get back to live fights.
Heck yeah, most definitely. Want to give the people some hope in the world and show that we can still go out there and do positive things and get better.